in 20. A lot of people have probably seen this. Had more rushing yards on less attempts with more rushing touchdowns as a quarterback than Jeremiah Love did as a Heisman finalist. Not to mention Ashton Genty having almost 3,000 rushing yards, and Melvin Gordon back in the day with Wisconsin having more than Ashton Genty, and he wasn't even a Heisman finalist. So I looked at this list, and no disrespect to the players. I think they're phenomenal players. I think Jeremiah Love is the best running back in the draft coming up this year, but it was a dog shit list.
Yeah.
Got to agree.
I'll say this hot take, and then I'll kind of open the floor up. I'll let Chad kind of talk about the Heisman Trophy winner, whether he agreed with Fernando Mendoza and the candidates. But I thought Jacob Rodriguez should have won the Heisman. And the reason I say that is because he embodied what a Heisman Trophy winner actually is. He was by far the most outstanding defensive player, by far the most outstanding linebacker. He caused, I would say, 6 turnovers on defense. He had a couple of touchdowns. I was almost there. And he was the reason, the catalyst, because the offense didn't, yes, they had some good numbers in the Big 12, but in the games that really mattered, like the defense is what carried them to victory. So just stat-wise, eye test-wise, analytically, I thought Jacob Rodriguez embodied the Heisman Trophy, and he wasn't even a candidate. But he had more first-place votes than some of the candidates, the finalists.
I saw that.
Nuts.
Then was I think Sayin? He had more first-place votes than Sayin.
Sayin was just boring. He's very good. He's very good, and he's going to get better.
Oh, yeah.
But just a boring candidate. And you're like, okay, like he played 4 teams this year. Cool. You know, but anyway, Chad, like with the Heisman Trophy, I'm like, how did you look at it with Fernando Mendoza winning and the candidates and just the overall Heisman Trophy ceremony?
I thought the same thing with you. I thought Rodriguez should have won it, in my opinion, or at least been a finalist. I felt like he was a top 3 Heisman Trophy finalist, in my opinion, if not the winner. I mean, they must have seen something that I didn't, but I disagree with their votes. And then to go with, I feel like Fernando Mendoza was a good pick for the Heisman. I mean, the sweet guy.
Yeah, he was probably the best pick.
I just think, you had your season last year with Signetti, and then you come back this year and you beat Oregon. You go and play at Penn State and you beat Penn State, and then you go to the conference championship and you beat Ohio State. And again, I'm not saying Penn State was 10 times better than, I think Indiana should have won that game by 10, in my opinion, not by a toe tap, which was awesome. But on the flip side, I felt like Mendoza's receivers made him look like a superstar. Like just out of this world great. Like his receivers are awesome. Like, he even complimented them in his speech. He was like, you guys made me win this Heisman Trophy, in my opinion. And Jeremiah Love, I can't stand Notre Dame, so I'm glad he didn't win. Diego Pavia, I don't know who. I could say all kinds of things about that guy. And then Sayin, I feel like it was just, his quote unquote freshman year, if that makes sense.
First
like
year starting.
The Nick Saban story was hilarious. It was like, he put him on scout team, and then he was like, yeah, whoever put him on scout team was an idiot.
Yeah.
And then I feel, Sayin could be, if he keeps up and he does really good things next year, I think he could be a finalist again, in my opinion.
I agree. I thought this wasn't the best that we're going to see of Sayin. I thought, he was very competent this year, very accurate. They praised that in the presentation, but there's a lot more to him. I think Jeremiah Love's still a very young guy. Carnell Tate. I don't know. I think the way that it's going to shape up for Julian Sayin's career, he kind of reminds me of Burrow in the way that he plays college football, but same kind of throwing motion thing, same kind of play pattern. But Turner, what did you think of the Heisman Trophy candidates and winners?
So boring. I just was not into it really much at all. I watched it and I thought it was funny because like Ryan Day they're like, "Hey, what do you think of like Julian Sayin being here?" And he was just like, "Well, considering he is the youngest and of all of them," and I was just like, "Oh yeah, because Diego Pavia is my age and should be a car salesman." Um,
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, no disrespect. I mean, obviously he put Vanderbilt on the map, so like I can't really argue against that point with Diego Pavia. But it's just like how he poises himself with all the stuff you see on his story and all the Instagram things. You're like, dude, oh my gosh, like you want. He definitely looks like a Johnny Manziel esque type of person. Not to really like dog on y'all, but dude,
I think
Johnny
Johnny
Manziel's-
Manziel would agree.
yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
he is not the best person to role model after. I'm just gonna be
No.
honest, not at all. um, realistically, I do like y'all's Jacob Rodriguez take because like the only reason why Manti Te'o, if y'all remember this, the only reason why Manti Te'o was on that Heisman candidacy was kind of because of his little sob story that he had with that one scandal that he had with like his alleged girlfriend, which turned out to be fake and a dude. Like y'all all saw this Netflix documentary, dude. That I mean, the whole
Poor
thing.
guy.
I mean, great. Thank God he didn't win it because that would have been a whole thing, different thing within itself. Anyway,
Yeah, the most homosexual Heisman Trophy winner ever. It's like,
I mean,
ooh.
you're not wrong. It's just like, dude, I just
He
didn't
picks up the
agree
trophy
with
and it's like a rainbow. He's like,
He's got a pride
Uh,
cape on the Heisman trophy.
it.
he's stiff arming a dildo. Yeah, he's like,
Oh my gosh.
Off the rails. Here. But no, I mean, dude, like, look at Rodriguez's stats versus Manti Te'o's stats. I'm pretty sure he has like doubles interceptions, like more sacks, more like just the stats are just infinitely better than Manti Te'o's was. But yet Manti Te'o was a second place like Heisman voter, and it's just like that doesn't make sense to me. And I mean, I'm with you though too. Like the candidacies, even like this prior year, like look at, I mean, Travis Hunter, like was he average on both sides? In my personal opinion, yes, but like you kind of have to say like, okay, well at least he plays on both sides of the ball and he actually plays them both pretty well. So I can kind of see where you like how he has that swagger to him, but I also think it's more of a popularity vote. Unfortunately, that came down to it. That's what I really disagree with because I think Ashton Jeanty should have won that. And I see you snickering again, and
we almost lost you. That's why.
oh my god, my internet issues or something.
Yeah,
No,
no, it cut
You're
out.
back
You're good.
now. You were gone for
Whatever.
maybe
We
2
just had
seconds.
both like our hearts stopped. We were like,
Oh my god. Anyway, Ashton Jeanty, I felt like should have won last year. This year has not my favorite of the Heisman votes. Fernando Mendoza should have won it. I'm glad he did. His speech was a little try hard, but that's just me. And
Yes.
that's all I'm going to say about it. Because by this point, probably my whole internet goes down. Because I don't know what else I'm going to say that's going to really just break this thing. Chad, you're already pissing me off.